Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Gnomoria. If you've been following episodes, you'll notice a miracle has now occurred and we finally have our sawmill. And what I love is you can see that all these things are built of bauxite because you can see a little saw blade and all this matches the stone around it. It's a cool feature. So here's what we're doing. Now that we have that, we need to think about what we're going to do next. And I think one of the things in our priorities should be, as it should always be, is to keep the stocks of booze and food high. Because Gnomoria, like in real life, is no fun when the booze runs out. So here we go. This little kitchen shelf there, and workshop, distillery. Then we can make our booze. I like the kegs being against the wall like that. That's cool. All right. And now we'll build those. The AI is still somewhat funny with building auto building materials, so I had to help it out a bit with our thingamabobby sawmill. That bit of the game just seems to be like a little bit of a stalemate with the AI. Sometimes it just won't construct the right bits. Now I want to start working on the beginnings of our living quarters and our great hall. So I'm gonna mine out a long passage down here, which is gonna eventually end in the great hall, and we'll have some preliminary living quarters out here on the side. So let's take the Great Hall and make it... Actually, I don't want it to be too big, because it loses its grandeur if it's too big. You need to cram it full of stuff, so let's make it... Yeah, it looks about right. And then we'll mine off some living quarters on this side and on that side, and we'll kind of have it as a congregating area in the middle of several different living quarters. And see, now the guy's on the sawmill and he's just tearing it up with those planks. It's so much faster once you get a sawmill, and now everybody's happy and everything is wonderful, and they're just working on getting our kitchen going, and then we can start making sure we have a decent food. And I think having more food in our stockpiles actually increases our worth, and our worth is important for basically getting new immigrants. And I also think we can trade stuff. I haven't really worked with the trading system yet in this game. I think, you know, your goal in this, similar to Dwarf Fortress, is to stockpile lots of cool stuff. So you can be a rich gnome, or dwarf, or whatever. Now, do I want to work on this room? Yeah, I do. I don't want to stockpile up too much stuff in the building, because then you just end up with this, you know, endless process, where, you know, your queues are just never ending. But I think we're doing pretty okay here. I think just people are going to take a long time to clear that out. See here, this is awesome. I got my seeds in there, so they don't have to walk far when they're farming. We are running precariously low on food now. That is a source of fear for me. We have our yak milk and we have some strawberries, but our crops just aren't, you know, they just don't seem to be cropping at this point. Though we're okay for a little bit longer. I think we can forage for quite a long time anyways. And see, look, there's the stockpile. Everything's nice now. There should be someone else though helping him out, because there's enough planks to be made for the table, but no one's in there doing the crafting. But no one's idle, so that's a good thing. You never want idle gnomes. And then once he's done crafting those, I will basically put some decent furniture in here and make it the Great Hall. And work on some decorations and some other... Ah, yay! There we go. They're working on the brewery. And it's almost done. There we go. Our brewery is done. Now, we have lots of drink at the moment, so I'm not really going to have him make any extra drink. You start the game with a lot of drink. What I will do is have some bread be made, but we don't have any wheat yet. I might have made these too quickly because our crops haven't harvested yet, And that's worrying me a bit. Like, are they not watered? I mean, everything was fine. I guess I just need to be patient. I'm just worried because we're running low on food, and that perplexes me. Okay, so let's work on our Great Hall a bit here, because they're almost done with the kitchen. Okay, what do we want in here? We want, because we're cool, we want some furniture. We want, not a bed. I think you need a stone cutter for a pillar, but we want tables. And let's have 1 row, 3. And I'm not really sure what the advantage of doing this is. I do it partly out of habit because I did it in Dwarf Fortress, though I was never good at that game. And it just seems nice to have a meeting hall. So they're going to do that. They're going to go steal the table that was meant for the kitchen, I think, for that. But oh well, whatever. And then we'll go into a designate area. And designate... where is that? There's a way to designate Great Hall. Oh, dining room. There we go. And now we can designate this. Oh, we can't designate it over the freaking furniture. Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Lesson learned. Deconstruct that and remove designation. Cancel. Cancel jobs for all of these because that sucks. I forgot you have to do your designations before you place any of the stuff involved. That's worth keeping in mind because it can get really annoying. And now we have a sawmill, we're going through our logs much quicker, so we need to keep remembering to go out and chop more. Everything's going much faster now we got that sawmill. Come along, deconstruct that, and now we can finally designate this. Designate dining room. Great Hall. There we go. Now we got our Great Hall, and we can go back to build furniture and put in our table. Oops, save. And put in our tables and our chairs. Now these are going to take a long time to make, unfortunately. But I think it increases the worth of the room, and you know, it's nice for them to have a place to eat. And let's put also, just increase the coolness factor. Let's put a stone door. Build furniture. Stone door. And there, they've placed some of that stuff. It's going to take a long time to build it all, though. Because they've also got to work on this. But now we have some booze there. Was that yak milk? That's yak milk. Been milking those yaks. I don't want that square there, do I? Oh well, I'll fix that later. See what the worth is of this room. Worth 73. So I think worth of your things matters. Like, stockpiles don't have a worth value. My dormitory has a worth value of 16. These things don't have worth value. So your assigned areas seem to have worth values, and that increases your overall worth. Kingdom, difficulty, easy, population, total worth. Okay, stock worth does count. Total worth 2,000. Workshops are idle. Farms, pastures, yaks, rooms, dormitory, great hall. So not a lot of our worth comes to that. Most of it comes from just the stuff we've mined. But I think our worth will up as we work on this kind of thing. And again, like, it's just so crucial to have the sawmill because that guy's like constantly at work, giving us all our planking needs. Oh my god, we have another yak. I thought we only had 2 at the start. More yak milk. Eventually I'm going to have to look into some way of protecting my yaks. Because when goblins show up, I think they're going to get all hungry for yak meat. And we're getting close, I think, to the beginning of spring. Let's see, population. Is anybody idle? Okay, people are idle again. How can we fix that? We can give them more work to do. Or we can make more people carpenters, because if we look at our population, we can see that our farmers, even one of our woodcutters is idle. We've failed in our organizational elements here, but let's mine this out. Let's begin on making our personal quarters. Thing is, our personal quarters are just going to lag behind somewhat from our actual production capabilities. So I should probably do this off video though, because it's going to be a really tedious process. So I'm not going to do it right now. Safe to say, oh, finally, our wheat's growing. Cool. Oh, okay, something's going wrong here again. This is the problem with the AI here. Table, knife. Alright, is it building tables or knives? Sawmill, plank for table. Plank for table, plank for chair. Okay, yep, plank for table. You see, this should be building a knife. I just don't think the auto build works. And, you know, it should have craft blade needs knife blade, so craft a knife blade. And that's gonna need blocks of stone. So stone cutter should always be craft to 5. Let's just put that there constantly. And for the plank guy, I put craft to 5 on there as well. There we go, now they're a bit busier. Always keep our planks in wooden blocks and stone blocks in supply. That's better. That's better. And soon we'll have all this sorted out. I shouldn't have told them to build a great hall before finishing off the kitchen, because we are running precariously low on food. That is really, really, really bad. We're gonna have to do some foraging here. Some very tactical foraging. I've never ran this low on food before, and I don't think it's taken me as long to get a farm up and going, and I'm not quite sure why I'm having such a problem with that. Also, there seems to be a massive lack of strawberries in comparison to previous maps, so I survived off them for much longer. So now I'm just desperately going around trying to get all this. Ah, there's a patch there. There's a patch. We'll live yet. Of strawberries. And so we don't starve, because we're really getting worryingly close to starvation here. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this video here with the image of our little dwarf buddies, or gnome buddies running around. Gotta stop doing that. We'll have all this stuff sorted out soon, and then we'll be able to finish our hall and begin our dormitory quarters, and begin maybe looking at some more advanced stuff like trading and gem cutting, etc., and eventually exploring the depths once we've got some soldiers and such. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe.